our use a little different hashtag than I normally do. First of all, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. Our main rule here is respect, and that includes respect for each other and respect for our ideas. And respect is the coin of our realm. The second thing I want to say is I am simulcasting on YouTube. And don't ask me how to explain it. I figured out how to do it one time, and that's all I needed to figure out. And beyond that, I really don't know how to explain it, except for there are tutorials that will walk you through the process of simulcasting both on YouTube and on YouNow. And the reason I do this is because I like to have my my vlogs archived. So please play nice, and if you say something nasty in the chat, I will try to clean it up for the audience. So okay, so I think that's all the housekeeping that I have, and we'll see what happens. I'm number 23 now. And the reason why I'm calling it tarot and or talk is because last week I brought my cards, and nobody wanted a reading, so we just kind of hung out and talked for a while. So, but I will entertain all questions about tarot, and up to and including a reading on something that I can give a reading for. You know, some things you just can't do a tarot card reading for or whatever, and I'll be using the same basic general format that I always use, and that's past, present, and future, and that'll either be a 3-card spread or a 6-card spread. So, I'm now 21. Hey, Misunderstood. How's it going tonight? We'll just have to see what happens. So what's going on? Hello there. Okay. And I see you've been on YouTube, or YouNow, for a while. Cool. Okay. Well, me. Okay. So, come see, come saw, kind of in the middle. Well, the weekend is just starting. I was Hunora. I'm not familiar with what Hunora means. Maybe I can do some instant research and find out what that means. Okay. Okay. I added you under that name. Oh, I see. Okay, you changed your name. Okay, I was thinking Hunora was an adjective. Okay, okay. Yeah, I did a quick Google search on it, and it came up to be someone's family name. Okay, well, I have changed my name too. I used to be Enoch 327, but now I'm Milton 327, and the reason I changed my name is because people, they see it and they know what it is, but they don't know how to pronounce it. It's pronounced Enoch, which is also in the Bible. It's pronounced Enoch, which is not in the Bible. But rather than have to explain how to pronounce my name all the time, I just changed it to a name that people can understand. So, and I've changed I don't think I've changed it on Tumblr. I really don't do much on Tumblr. And of course, Facebook, they only allow you 3 names. So I use my real name on Facebook. So, okay. Do you have a question or anything? Normally I do the hashtag advice, so I can entertain any questions. So, I may not do well on the YouTuber hashtag, so I'm number 17. I'm number 16 now. Okay. Okay, you've been a fan for quite some time. My question would depend on my frequency. The frequency of my broadcast. I've been broadcasting roughly once a week. I may know the frequency of on my frequency. Okay, like a vibration. I just finished a book on vibrational medicine, and it was real interesting. So I want to get a book on distant healing, so which I'm also interested in. Okay, but in terms of a vibration, do you read people? Okay. Vibration. Okay. I'm not sure we're talking about the exact same. You have a natural knack for picking up vibes. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, okay, no problem. I don't do a lot with my cell phone. I guess I could. My cell phone is kind of old. It's a smartphone, but it's kind of old, so I worry about putting too much memory on it. So, but cats and dogs seem to like me, so I feel like I have a good vibration. So, although there are undercurrents of frustration, yeah, I do have undercurrents of frustration. Okay, but you can read, you can pick up vibes, but you don't know how to determine that. I am trying to raise my vibration, so, and I guess I can talk about the cards that I like. I have other means of internet thingers. I have no. Oh, you have no other means. Okay, understood. Okay. YouTube mantra. Okay. I'm not quite sure what that means either. But I'm trying to find the cards that I like in the. The thing is, I shuffle my cards so they're. But I like the my favorite card. I always use it as a signature card. Oh, the Empress card. Okay, very, very good. That's a very, very good card. Uh, I like I like that one. Of course, now this is where we all start. We all start as the full, and we're having a spiritual experience, and we jump off the cliff, and we wind up in a physical experience. So that's where we start. My number is a 999. Now, my favorite number, you may have guessed, is 327, and 312. I think it adds up to 1, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry. I think it adds up to 3, because 7. Yeah, I think it adds up to 3 as far as the numerology. I really don't know much about numerology. I want to learn more. So, okay. Okay. Well, I must have passed it up, but the card I'm very interested in is the Magician card, which we are all, never would have guessed, okay, which we are all magicians. We're all trying to seek to create the life that we want to have. So, but the other card that I'm interested in is the Hierophant. It's also called the Pope or the Bishop. Wow, so you're just 9 all the way around. Okay. Well, I need to learn more about numerology. The card that I couldn't find that I like is the Hermit. So I go in between being the Hermit and the Hierophant and the Magician. So those are the cards that I am drawn to. Okay. I want to check the audience. Okay. Hey Mojon, how's it going? We are just kind of hanging out. We were talking about personal vibrations, so right, and that's the thing about numerology is you know, systems, they add up your name, they add up your birthday. I am doing quite well, Mojon. They add up your name, your birthday, and everything. Some people they just add up your name, and some people just do your birthday or whatever. But so I'm not as into numerology. And you can also do the same thing with astrology too. I mean, if you don't like Western sidereal astrology, you can go over to Hindu Vedic astrology. You know. But I do think there is something to this. Yeah, I've had friends that were into this. As a matter of fact, that's one way I got into this was I had a friend that I worked with, and he actually did some readings for me and did some past life stuff for me or whatever, and so that was very, very nice. Then I had another friend. All right, Mojon, we'll see you a little bit later. Okay, my Chinese zodiac. Yeah, my Chinese zodiac is that I am a wood snake. So, and I do find that there's a lot of value in the Chinese mystical systems or whatever. I study a lot of Chinese medicine, and it's all based on the 5 elements. So it's very, very interesting and very, very helpful, I find. So now my buddy Mojon, he likes to hang out with tea time with Emily. So he has a career in in movie production. So met met a lot of nice people here on YouNow. The people here, I used to do Google Hangouts, and the people here join the club. Take a number. If you look up messed up in the dictionary, you might find my picture there. I've been studying this stuff, psychology. If you look on my profile, you'll things that I like to study. History, psychology, philosophy, and then religion. So, and and I've been studying this stuff really seriously since about 1986. So right at 30 years, and I still don't know everything. So that's a lot of minister types and a lot of counselor types and a lot of authority types. They think they know everything about everybody, but I don't even think they have a handle on themselves a lot of times. So so I'm trying. The one thing I have learned is to be more understanding. I'm definitely more understanding than I was 20, 30 years ago. So okay. Well, I'm number 17. So oh my gosh. Yeah, okay. I can see where that would be a problem. Misunderstood says, I tried my first reading when I was 12. I made the poor girl cry. Okay. Well, hopefully you live and you learn. Some readings, to me, the cards don't lie. So if I'm operating out of good faith and the person getting the reading is operating out of good faith, the cards don't lie. And sometimes you just get a bad reading. You will just get a bad reading, and anyone touch my cards. They say some people will have the other person cut the deck. If you want to hold a tarot deck, I have 4 decks, and one of them I will actually let you hold. But I want, you were talking about vibrations. I want the cards that I use to do a reading to have only my vibrations on them. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's how I operate. It seems to work for me. But getting back to the subject of a bad reading, sometimes the death card will come up or the hangman card will come up, and I'm sure there you go. Oh, you haven't touched a deck since you were 12 years old? Am I understanding that right? Is that what you mean when you say you won't touch a deck of cards anymore? If that's the case, I'm the same way with about a Ouija board. I won't have anything to do with a Ouija board. I had one when I was little, and really didn't do anything for me. But as I studied it more and more, the Ouija door is like opening the door to low level spirits. Spirits that can be mischievous. Okay. Cards that can be, the low-level spirits from a Ouija board can be mischievous, all the way to malicious. So, and that's just energy that I don't want to have anything to do. Now, there you go, evil board, there you go. But as I was saying about the readings, sometimes the hangman will come up and. When you were 10, yeah. It's marketed as a game, but it's you want to play with the spirits like that. But anyway, if the death card comes up, it doesn't necessarily mean the death of a person. It could mean the death of an idea, or the death of in our lives, or the death of a job, or there's all kinds of things. And hangman simply mean a transition. So, but the other thing that I always say is that tarot Yeah, death of a bad habit. Exactly, exactly. The other thing I like to say is that uh, 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 Thoreau is the advisor, and we are the deciders. Uh, you may decide on a course of action. Thoreau cards will tell you if it's going to be difficult, and if it's difficult, you can still do it. But just realize it's going to take more preparation and more effort to accomplish your goals. So Thoreau is kind of like an advisor. I don't know if I can say it any other way than that. Uh, I'm not sure there's a better way to say it, but we are the ones that make the decision when the cards come up. So yeah, yeah. There's also uh, online free online Thoreau readings, which are computer generated. So the one I like is Facade. Welcome. Is it Alina? Alina T. Welcome. We are talking about. Okay, Alina T came and she saw and she must have left. Okay. That's the thing about YouNow. When you come on to YouNow, it will take you to a random. It'll take you to a random room, and maybe you don't even know this person, but you'll just wind up in the room. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Not a good. It was a dark and stormy night. That's the beginning to a lot of bad stories. So, uh-huh. But I was gonna say that if you wanted to get back into it again, easy ways, and then they're not so spooky ways. That's the problem that a lot of people have with astrology is that they just read what's in the paper, and what's in the paper is really nothing. You really have to go deep and study all these things. I don't know how many books I have on astrology. I probably have 7 or 8 books on astrology, and probably 3 or 4 books on the tarot. And I wanted to do my research, and I still don't like to do readings for myself, because you're too much in the situation. You need a little bit of objectivity, and so that's why I will go to the facade tarot readings and have reading done there, computerized. But there again, you don't get the human interpretation. It's just what the computer spits out. So yeah, yeah. I never did the Ouija board. I may have done it with my sisters, but know, nothing ever bad happened when I did the Ouija board. It was just, I just didn't really didn't understand it. And if you want to talk to spirits, there are other ways to talk to spirits. I do some work with a pendulum, and I don't have one around. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It looks like you were involved with a malevolent spirit of some kind. Was it like a... Okay. Well, my mother used to be able to short out light bulbs, But I think that may be a little different issue. I'm not going to spell this the right way, but poltergeist. I don't know how to spell that word, but a poltergeist is a... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Do you do any healing? Okay. But now, I don't. I really don't have psychic vision. Normally, I have feelings. Is how I operate. Sometimes I can see shadows and stuff like that. But normally, sometimes I have clairaudience. Okay. Right. Try to recall. Uh, I'm going to write it out for you. So it could be my connection. So, although the weather here in Houston, okay, I would imagine. Yeah, I would think you'd be a great healer because it sounds like you have some natural abilities going on there. So I am learning more and more about healing. So like I said, healing was one of the things I started studying. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I am not actually long distance. Okay, cool. I have not actually done work with cancer. I've done some work with the family, uh, and most of the time, family they didn't know, or if knew, I'd call something else. I would say I'm praying or whatever. So, but I do want to study lung, and the way the healthcare system is right now in this country, we need more and more healers. So, wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, tea time with Emily. She has Lyme disease, and that is a really, really nasty disease. So she's teaching me about it. I've never had Lyme disease. I've never really known anybody with Mr. Tom. No, I can't say. Now, is Mr. Tom on YouNow? Now? Oh, the Mentalist 5. I'm not familiar with the Mentalist 5. I'm sure not. No. There's a new series coming on National Geographic. I'm interested in. It's all about God. So, and it's narrated by Morgan Freeman. So, I'm interested in that. Not the Mentalist 5. I sure don't. So, well, I thought we would have. Okay. Now, this the Mentalist. Okay, I'm trying to remember what actually a mentalist does. Is he's different than a spiritualist, right? Oh, thank you for inviting everybody. Okay, thank you for inviting everybody. Okay. Okay, so a mentalist is different than a spiritualist. I've been involved in spiritualism. I'm not sure that is something that I feel comfortable doing over YouNow or in a Google Hangout or anything like that. I feel like if you're gonna give someone a spirit reading, that they should be in the same as you. I mean, that's just how I feel. Other people do spirit readings. I've had some good luck with the tarot readings. That is about as and of course here You know, it's mostly blind readings. He needs a picture. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's one of the things that said in the vibrational medicine work is that that pictures are very, very helpful. And this idea that some Aborigines have that they don't want their picture taken, that's actually a valid idea, you know, because if you take a person's picture, it's almost like having a signature of that person. It's a point of contact. So so. I also do something called EFT, which is the emotional freedom technique. And one of the things we do is surrogate tapping, and that's where you have a picture of the person as you're tapping for them, or you can pretend to be them and you tap on yourself. He has started guesting. Okay, so Mr. Tom, I will have to look him up. I can't do stuff like that if I'm broadcasting. But I'm going to write that name down, and so I can look him up later on. Yeah, I look him once we get done with the broadcasting. As far as guesting is concerned, he's not the same person as Tom Gardner, is he? I guess he's not. But I've guested on a couple people's shows or whatever, or broadcasts, and I think I may have had one guest on my broadcast. I can't remember for sure. But when you start guesting people, that's a whole nother level. Like if I guess someone that's 12 years old, they could flag me. They could flag my channel or whatever, you know, because evidently that's a no-no. So, right. Yeah, yeah. I have Skype on my computer, and I've never quite figured out how to use it. And there again, I don't put a lot of stuff on my mobile. Yeah, 12-year-olds should not be here. I agree. And I think that's the cutoff for the Google Hangouts as well, is 13 years old. So I think it's a good idea. So uh, I was actually in a Hangout, and we got into kind of a discussion, should a 17-year-old be in the Hangout? Because it was a mental health Hangout, and we were talking about kind of issue that very, very touchy, very, very fast. So, okay. But I will check Mr. Tom out. Okay. I enjoy talking with you, Misunderstood, but I thought we'd get a bigger response tonight. Okay, so it's kind of like a PG-13 movie. You have to have a parent or a guardian or whatever. Yeah, that would be okay. But I don't think 10, 11-year-olds should be on here, you know, and because it would be just too easy. Yeah, it is early yet. It's I'm not sure which time zone you're in, but I am in the central time zone of the United States. So right now it's about 7:37. So, and which would make it 8:37 on the East Coast and 5:37 on the West Coast. I like to broadcast, I guess, early. Yeah, 6. Okay, so you're in Mountain Time. Okay. But I like to broadcast early in the evening. Canadian Central. Okay. I like to listen to CBC radio. I like to listen to As It Happens. So, favorite radio programs. So. Oh, you don't change your clocks. Okay. I wish we wouldn't change our clocks either. It just gets annoying. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, what I like about radio is you can listen to radio and do other things. But if I'm in front of the TV, man, I'm just in front of the TV. I'm like a zombie watching TV or whatever. So I like to listen to radio. I like to get news from the radio. So, and I've been listening to our public station in America. The public stations have pledge-a-thons, or where they ask for money or whatever. And so my public radio station is currently having a pledge-a-thon, and so I'm listening to other radio stations. I'm listening to Pacifica radio station, KPFT. Yeah, I like Quarks and Quarks too. I'm listening to a Pacifica station, which I don't think you get in Canada. It's real nice. It's a progressive type of radio, and they talk about a lot of liberal ideas. So, Pacifica was actually started by a pacifist. So they're like peace and progressive. So I've been listening to them. They're real neat. So what's the weather like in Canada? Is it chilly in Canada? I live north of Houston, Texas, and our weather you could not ask for nicer weather. It has been so gorgeous here. You could not ask. It's about the same as Tennessee. Okay. Yeah, Tennessee, well, it's actually snowing somewhere. I'm not sure if it's snowing. It's actually snowing somewhere in America. Oh, they had more snow than you. Oh, wow. Well, the eastern part of Tennessee, of course, has some mountains, and I grew up outside of Knoxville. So, okay, yeah. I guess that has a lot to do with how the jet stream is operating. So, now, okay. Okay. In Hermitage, it's outside of Nashville, right? Nashville, Tennessee. I've never actually been to Nashville, Tennessee. I hear it's real pretty there. Okay, it's not as hilly as East Tennessee. Tennessee starts out mountainous, and then as you get closer to the Mississippi River, it's actually very, very flat. So, okay. Okay. I've actually got relatives that still live in Tennessee, so, and I've got friends that live in Georgia. So, okay. Do I have a fan running? Actually, I've got air conditioning that may come on and off, but I've got my earphones in, so that should be able to hear the fan running, fan on my computer. So hopefully it's not too bothersome. So I find that when I have the earplugs in, that cuts out a lot of, for some reason, I don't know how this thing's wired up, but for some reason supposed to cut out a lot of the outside sounds. So my father's normally in the next room listening to Fox News. He blares out. Oh, my fan is cutting me out? Okay. Well, I really don't know how I would turn it off. I really don't, and so I would imagine a lot of us on YouNow would have that problems. There are periods of smooth sound and you freeze and cut. Okay. Okay. Well, we have the chat. It doesn't. Welcome back, Mojon. We have the chat, so that doesn't cut out. So, but let me know if I freeze. And I do know one thing I can do is I can end the broadcast and start back. So I can do that. I can do that. Okay. I am number 15. So. Okay, there you go. Well, I'm more than happy to repeat if necessary. So more than happy to accommodate you in that regard. So since there's only 3 of us, who be Mo? Okay. Like I said earlier, Mo is a computer friend of mine. We met at tea time with Emily. So. And she's broadcasting right now, but she's broadcasting on beauty. So, and she was doing kind of like a makeup tutorial, which I'm not very. Hi there, Mo. Yeah, we were having a little fun tonight. We're developing Mars, chemical development on Mars. So, in our imaginations, we were having some fun with that. So. I'm still number 17. Yeah, McDonald's. We were going to have McDonald's on Mars. So I was going to be the manager and Mo was going to be my assistant manager. So, and there's a young lady who's going to start a tea shop on Mars next door to our restaurant. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think of myself a great imagination, but evidently I do because I've always been able to entertain myself. So either through I guess you call it daydreaming, but daydreaming, and I have things that I do in my mind so that I don't get bored. I used to have just the weirdest dead-end jobs and just factory jobs, and you just do the same thing over and over and over again for 8 or 9 hours, and I get to where I can do my job and daydream, so I wouldn't get too bored. So okay, so well, anything else going on? More than happy to do a reading if anyone would like a reading. More than happy to try to answer a question about tarot, although with a Google search, Google search will probably give you better answers than what I can give. Okay. Okay. I wonder if I picked the wrong hashtag. So I want people to know that I am simulcasting on YouTube. So what do I think about bullying? In my opinion, obviously I am against it, and as hard as it is, we should try to have compassion for the bullies, because Oh, okay, that's a good question. Uh, Try to have compassion for the bullies because uh, they're not operating out of a happy place. They're not operating out of a healthy place. So if someone feels the need to bully someone else, they're actually in a lot of pain, whether they want to acknowledge that or not. What I'm going to do for misunderstood is I'm going to do a 3-card reading, just a real simple reading, and I'm going to shuffle the deck 3 times. I'm going to cut deck, and then we'll pull 3 cards. And if we need a 4th card for a clarification of the last card, we can do that. Okay, and I'm not going to use any reversals or anything like that. Thank you for sending me advice, and welcome, Michaela. Michaela Polka just joined us. So your first card represents the past, and it is the 9 of Swords. And the interpretation is misery, concern, quarrel, unhappiness, miscarriage, anxiety over a loved one, worry, despair, suffering, desolation, sleeplessness. So you've lost sleep over something in the past. And I don't know if it was a family member or whatever, but that's your past. Now let's look at your present. The present is the Knight of Coins. And it says a mature and responsible person, patience, to conclude a task, laboriousness, organization, capability, person. Okay, so I'm going to say that the mature and responsible person is you. And although you've had some difficulties in the past, you've allowed them to mature you into the person that you are. You know, no one learns anything on a sunny day. If you want to learn something, you almost have to go through a storm. Okay, yeah, you're mature and responsible. Okay, now, the future is going to be, and I'm going to call it a week out. I don't like to do predictions more than a week out, but the future is a 6 of Wands. And it says triumph, good news, gain, advancement, expectation, desires realized, the results of efforts. So promotion, recognition of abilities, ideas implemented. So I think the answer to your question is going to be yes, that you will be successful in your endeavors, at least for the next week, at least as the way things are going right now. The thing about Tarot is Tarot can show us what the most likely future is, but everything is subject to change. Nothing is set in concrete or written in stone. You know, we all have the ability to change, but that was a very, very good. Well, you're going to see some progress this week. You're going to get a good report this week. So I don't know what your long-term plan is, but you are going to take some steps forward this week. Is my expectation of card. So, and I hope that's going to be a phone call or something like that. I don't know how that's going to manifest itself, but there will be some positive steps this week. So you're going to get some good news. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was helpful to you. So let me see who's watching right now. We had some people. This is what happens. People come in when I'm doing a reading and they don't understand what I'm doing and then they leave. So, but okay. Mo John, do you have a question? I'll go ahead and shuffle the cards. So, as Mo John is thinking of a question, would you like just to have a general reading? I can do just a general reading. So, and that can kind of tell you how things are going to go next week. You can actually do If you want to do general, is good. Okay. I'm going to shuffle the cards one more time because I lost count. I think I did 3, but I think I'll do one more. And then I'll cut the cards. Then I'm going to pull 3 cards. Okay, and like I said before, I'm not doing anything with reversals. Every card to me is going to be straight up. Your first card is the past, and it is the Hanged Man. Okay, and the Hanged Man says suspension, transition, change, reversal of one's way of life, apathy, boredom, abandonment, renunciation, sacrifice, readjustment, regeneration, rebirth. What comes out to me is that in your past you had to make some sacrifices. So that's where you're coming out of, okay? You had to make some big changes. Now your present is strength. And the interpretation is control over situations, strength, courage, fortitude, conviction, energy, determination, defiance, action, confidence, accomplishment, conquest, and further. So, like misunderstood, you've come out of maybe a bad place, but now you're in a strong place. And believe it or not, it was the bad place that helped you get to the strong place because you learned some lessons. Okay? Now the future is the moon, and we're only talking about maybe 1 week out. And the information is deception, obscurity, trickery, honesty, danger, error, bad influence, insincerity, false friends, deceit, double dealing, being taken advantage of, and caution. So what stands out for me is be very, very cautious this next week. If you're going to sign a contract, I know you work in the movie industry, you're going to sign a contract or anything, welcome, Emily. You're going to sign a contract with anybody, have your lawyer read it. Read the fine print and just be careful in your dealings with everybody this week. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Okay. Okay. Yeah, very, very good. Okay. Oh, thanks for the likes. Thanks for the likes. And thanks for the shares. 2 people have shared, so thanks for that. Thanks for that. Okay. All right, so we are coming up on an hour, and I think I'll probably go for another half hour. So, and Emily doesn't necessarily, the Red Pyramid. I'm not quite sure what the Red Pyramid is, but anyway, we all don't subscribe to Tarot, and that's fine. You know, I'm not here to I do advocate for Tarot, but I'm not a Tarot pusher. I'll put it to you that way. I'm not a Tarot pusher, so you know, we're all here to find our own way. So, which is how it should be. Thank you. Just right back at you. You know, I enjoy your broadcast as well. Yeah. Emily, I thought you said you were going to go out and spend some time with some friends. Maybe the friends are coming over. I know you're going to spend some time with friends. And Fridays are really, really good for that. Fridays are really, really good for that. Fridays are named for the god. Oh, you're doing your IV now. Okay. Fridays are named for the god Freya, who is the Scandinavian version of Venus. And Venus is the goddess of love and beauty. So hanging out with friends and enjoying a good movie or a meal or just hanging out. I mean, it's all about what Fridays are about. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the red pyramid. I am familiar with pyramid power. Yeah. Okay. Is that like the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid? I saw something. Uh, the BBC has a travel program, and I saw something about an abandoned salt mine they had it was either Austria or Germany. But anyway, you go down in this salt mine, and it's supposed to be very, very healing. Amplified sound. Okay, then that's something different. I'm thinking of something different. But anyway, you go in this salt mine, and they play music for you and everything, and it's supposed to be very, very healing. So I'll have to look that up as well. The Red Pyramid. Yeah, where is the Red Pyramid? It sounds kind of neat. Now, who? David. Uh, Emily, I do have a brother, or I did have a brother. He is in spirit now. He's on the other side, and his name was not David. His name was Richie, and so he wouldn't have been. He would not have been your coworker, I don't think. So, but thanks. So, okay. So I think we understood. It's one of the three pyramids on the Giza plain. So well, okay. I say everybody has a doppelganger. Everybody has a look someplace. So you know, uh, people say I look like the guy on Friends a lot. Not the stupid one, the smart one. So. And when I was younger, people used to say I look like John Boy. So, wow, wow, that must be tricky. So, does anybody watch TV anymore? I'm frozen. I'm occasionally frozen. What? What's TV? TV used to be how film made money. Okay. Okay. Sorry about the tech glitches. The one thing that I don't understand about YouNow is how are they actually able to make money and keep this website uh, online? You know, Facebook has advertising, Twitter has advertising, YouTube has advertising, but there's no advertising on YouNow. I mean, there's not the little things on the side or, you know, little things that pop up or anything. So, every time I buy gold bars, well, I haven't actually bought gold bars, so, and I guess to do that, they would need a credit card or something to do that. Okay. So, drink Dr. Pepper. Ooh, don't talk about Dr. Pepper with Emily in the room. Okay? We want to drink tea. So, I didn't have my tea this morning. I woke up late today. Advertising. Oh, okay, advertising. Yeah. Dr. Pepper. Okay, yeah. And I do think people, there is some advertising, but uh, it's people advertising. Like I know MTV has a channel which I haven't been able to look at, but MTV has a channel on YouNow and maybe some of the others. So I guess that is a form of advertising. But as far as the pop-ups and you know and maybe little runners and things like that, we don't have anything like that. So, oh, I have another audience member. Is it Tamra? Am I saying that right? Okay, Tamra left, but now I've got someone named Haley. Welcome, Haley. Okay. I found out that if it says you have 10 viewers, but it only shows like 8 of them, that means people are watching and signed in. So, okay. Well, Haley, if you have a question, I will certainly entertain a question. Okay. Just reading some of the chat. Okay, well, our visitor has left. Like I said earlier, when you first come on YouNow, you get zapped into any number of different rooms and people you don't even know. So, okay. Now, Emily said, that would be fun. That would be fun. Make vanilla pudding in a mayo jar and eat it in public. That would be a lot of fun. Luke, oh, ooh. You know, I used to sell paint, and the big worry that we would have would be that little kids would see like a cream-colored paint, and they might think it was a milkshake or something. We would always worry about that. We would always tell people, don't leave your paint cans unattended. So, that would be great. Blue Kool-Aid in a Windex bottle. Now, what you'd have to do is you'd have to get a bottle that wasn't a Windex bottle, and then you'd have to put the Windex label on that bottle. Otherwise, because plastic will absorb whatever's in there. So you'd have to start out with a clean bottle. So, yeah. But I like the vanilla pudding in a mayonnaise jar. You know. You're talking about elevators. One thing that I've noticed is that when everyone gets on an elevator, they all face, the doors or whatever. But if you get on the elevator and face the people, that really will creep them out. That will creep them out faster than anything. Oh, you can't just wash it uh, because plastic will absorb, they'll absorb what's ever in there, So you got to be careful about that. So, but if you were to buy a clean spray bottle and put like a cleaning label on it or whatever, I think it would be the same effect. But now, glass bottle, if the Windex was in a glass bottle, no problem at all, because glass doesn't absorb. It doesn't absorb anything, so. And the very next floor, when you smile at the very next floor, everybody gets off there. And then you have the elevator to yourself, which might have been what you wanted all along. There's a story. There you go. Fill it with vinegar, and I guess the vinegar will draw out in the plastics. Vinegar is always a very, very good cleaning. Like the white vinegar is also a good cleaning solution. So I used to use it instead of glass cleaner. So, okay. That elevator gag would be very, 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 very. But I was going to share a story. There was a young lady that she lived in one part of town, and had to go to another part of town, and to get there she had to pass through, and to get there she'd go through a bad part of town. So what she would do is like she'd put makeup on different parts of her face or whatever. Like she'd have lipstick on her eyebrows and stuff, and she'd have a ponytail coming out the side of her head, and then maybe another ponytail coming out of the top of her head, and no one ever bothered her. She could ride the subway, and no one would ever bother her, because they all thought she was nuts. So, yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to start. I've got some kind of a fly in here and something. Right. I think I'm going to start broadcasting maybe twice a week. So. And you guys have been very, very good about respecting our main rule, which is respect. So thanks for that. I just want to repeat again that I'm simulcasting on YouTube. So I appreciate everybody being their best selves tonight. So, okay. I haven't seen either one of our ministers tonight. We have two Methodist ministers on YouNow. Dr. Greg, which everyone knows about, and then the other minister who's out of Virginia. He's real nice too. So we have two ministers. There you go. Yeah, I was taught when I was in ROT to always walk with a purpose. If you're a tourist in New York City, you don't want to act like a tourist in New York City. You want to walk to each corner as if that's your destination. Oh my. Well, yeah, if it works, it works. If nuts works, then nuts works. But to walk with a purpose, and I find that if you walk with a purpose, then and they teach that in acting too. Like every word should have a purpose behind it. Every step you take as an actor should have a purpose behind it, and I think that's a very, very good teaching. So from acting. So, Mo, have you actually broadcast Do you actually broadcast? I've seen you a lot in Emily's broadcast. Do you broadcast yourself? Ooh, I'm well, misunderstood. There are a lot of production type people here on YouNow. Emily is one of them. She does production work for commercials and music videos, if I'm not mistaken. So, wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. So, I can cry, but not on cue. So, yeah, okay. And I think YouNow. Well, I think, okay. I have a feeling that they will keep you in mind if something comes up. So I would like to be a voice actor, you know. I'd like to find one good company and be their spokesperson on the radio, and that would be enough for me. You know? Oh my gosh. I'm not sure I could do something like that, but so how did that turn out, Mo? Okay, so you got knocked out, so it was a mugging. Yeah, very yeah. Uh, why? I think misunderstood. If you haven't done so already, give Emily a fan her up, and also fan Mojon up, and because they're all the time talking about their projects and stuff. So okay, I will guest you. Okay, we're gonna see how this works. So. Okay, it says we are connecting, so we have to wait and see what happens. So, hey there, can you hear me?
Phone, it won't last long.
Okay, well, it's it is what it is. So, how's it going? Okay,
And I can't see chatting. I can't see it.
well, I can see you and I can hear you. Uh, okay, it may not work out very well. So we just have to see what was going to do.
Found the chat button.
Okay, okay. Well, I guess Mo had to go someplace, so He's no longer with us. But like I was saying, fan them both, and you can go hang out in their rooms and stuff. I know Emily, she broadcasts almost every day. There are some days she has the Lyme disease, and so there are some days she doesn't feel up to
Way ahead of
broadcasting,
you.
but she does most days. So, oh, Mo's back. Welcome back, Mo. Welcome back. So, oh my gosh, we're frozen again. Okay. Okay, so, okay, well, we lost misunderstood, so we'll try it again. You know, there's so many technical glitches that go on, and when you have so many different connections, she was on her mobile phone. Okay. Crashed mobile sucks. Okay. Okay. I have someone here, Rob Stevenson from Great Britain. Welcome, Robbie. Robbie, we are just kind of hanging out. I did a couple of tarot readings before. Not pretty, but real. Okay. Uh, okay, well, okay, the guy came, he saw, and then he left, which is what happens sometimes. Okay. Okay. So, now, the weather here is pretty, and then Emily said the weather in California was kind of rainy earlier, and then Misunderstood said the weather in Canada was actually nice in her part of Canada, and so that leaves Mo. Mo, what's your weather like? I tell you something. Y'all should check out Maria Adventures. She's also in film production, actress, film production type business. So y'all should check her out too. She's on in advice right now. So, okay. North Carolina generally has good weather, you know, mild weather. So they were on the other side of the mountains from where I grew up. I grew up in East Tennessee, so North Carolina is on the other side of the Smoky Mountains. Okay. Well, I'm going to see how long. Okay, it says I've been going on for about an hour and 20 minutes, so we may be close to wrapping this thing up. So, and I may broadcast tomorrow. I have not decided yet, but I will definitely broadcast next Friday. So, I like doing that. So, and hopefully, Texas. Okay, well, you're coming to the right time because in July and August, Texas becomes unbearable. So, okay. It says I'm 5% to level 9. I should be more than that, but you can't have everything. Okay. Chris, the Crispinator? Am I saying that? Crispinator? Welcome, Chris. I'm just going to call you Chris. Okay, and, okay. evidently Emily's friends came, so she's no longer with us. Chris, do you have a question? Connect it. Okay. So you're going to connect it too? Well, thank you. Thanks for the follow. Milton, Chris has followed me on YouTube, so thanks for the follow. I don't do a lot with YouTube right now, except for this. And I'm number 7, so. Is that, Chris? So thanks for the follow and the fan, and if you fan me during broadcast, I will fan you back probably after the broadcast. Okay. I'm not sure it'll let me do that. Okay. See how it goes. Okay. Okay, Chris, I have followed you back on YouTube, and we'll see. Okay. I will check you out later on. After Connecticut, it's back to LA. Okay, well, hopefully the rain will be gone by the time you get back to LA. So. Okay, so I think I followed everybody back. And I've got to check out. I like some rain. I don't like a lot of rain. Now in Texas, what happens is it's either feast or famine. You'll get like maybe 4 inches of rain in one day or whatever. And then sometimes you'll go for 4 weeks without a drop of rain. The weather here is really, really strange. Okay. No thanks. No thanks. Okay. Well, I think I'm at the point where I'm going to get ready to wrap up. So, once again, thanks everybody for fanning me and for following me and for stop that. Okay, she's talking about Chris, we got the gist of what so. But anyway, I'm about to wrap up anyhow, and we do have advertising on YouTube. It's just a different form. So, any other comments before I wrap up? Okay, and emails. Okay. Well, good night to everybody then. I just want to reinforce that I will be back next Friday. And I want to thank everybody for adhering to our rule of just having respect for each other. That's very, very important. And like I say, we simulcast on YouTube. So I want to wish everybody a good night and a good week. And we'll see you next time. Everybody take care.